It's May. We are 5 months into the year. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, where is the year going? Holy shit. Anywho, I'm filming this May 2nd. It is peak Scorpio full moon energy. I just did a breathing exercise with my friend Adrienne yesterday. She led us through a breathing meditation. I don't know when you're watching this, but if you're watching this before May 5th, I definitely need you to stick around to the end because I've got something specifically for you. I don't know if when it's close to a full moon or just any astrological time, your timeline fills up and floods with just a bunch of videos being like, Leo, this is what the universe wants you to hear right now, or whatever the hell. Anyways, Scorpio full moons don't mess around. If you know, you know. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the transit, but the Scorpio, Leo, Taurus fixed signs are all moving out of like a 7-year struggle. And I feel that so heavily, but it's bringing a lot of things to surface. What have you been hiding? What have you been suppressing? If you're a Leo like me, what light have you been dimming to make other people feel comfortable? What have you been keeping inwards and not sharing? What have you not been vocalizing? All of that energy is being brought to the surface so that we can release it and let it go. But it's also kind of like perfectly timed with what I'm going to talk about with you guys today. So if you're watching this before May 5th, stick around because I've got something exciting specifically for you. I definitely feel like I've been suppressing stuff this month and trying to just do anything else. But yeah, it came to a head yesterday and I did my release, and I'm working on staying very present with what it is that I've been trying to hold back, because a lot of times the thing that we're trying to shove away and push down and avoid is actually the thing that we need to be doing. It's actually the thing that we need to be making movement on. So stick around, get comfy, get cozy. It's your Sundays with Keeks. Sundays with Keeks. I was trying to do the cooking with Kaya. Like I said, it's May. We're 5 months into the year. Oh my goodness. But I want to make sure I ask you guys something before we get to our mid-year check-in, which will be in June. And that is, where are you at with your goal? Where are you at with the thing that you said you were going to do this year? How's it going? I hope that pause was you giving me a great update. But there are definitely two types of people listening to that question and watching this video right now. There's the person who's moving. Not perfectly, maybe seemingly inconsistently, but if you zoom out, it is consistently. I honestly consider myself to be this person. I know what my goals are. I'm pretty good at staying on top of them in terms of not letting them lose sight. I definitely have my low weeks. I definitely have my low phases. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. And as a girl who struggles, well, I don't struggle with my mental health, but I definitely am learning to live in a way that best supports my mental health. That can look like a lot of ups and downs. Ultimately, though, I am moving. I am moving forward. I am feeling uncomfortable. I am feeling that discomfort, and I'm moving anyways. And I'm in it, you know? And that's because I will see my dreams realized this year. I will see my goals achieved this year. So I know that by procrastinating, if I don't do it, then I'm just gonna have a lot of things to do in Q4, but I'm really proud of the progress that I'm making. And every time I take a step, I am seeing that clarity as to why I need to continue taking these steps, even when it doesn't feel good, even when I'm not feeling my best, even when I'm feeling like nobody cares, even when I'm feeling like maybe this isn't even helping anybody. I know that it's something I need to do. And I'm at the point 5 months in where I'm starting to smell the ocean before I see it. You know, if chasing your goals is walking through a desert, a Sahara desert, seeing a bunch of mirages, not knowing which way to go, I'm starting to smell the ocean. I'm starting to get the breeze. I'm starting to know that I'm headed in the right direction, and I'm following that breeze. And eventually I'm going to come up on the most pretty water hole you've ever seen in your life, okay? Now there's also another type of person watching this video, and that is the kind of person who has consumed over 1,000 hours of content on how to do the thing, chase the goal, start learning the language, start posting on social media, whatever it is. They are ruminating on a lot of things. What system works best? What day of the week should I set aside for this? How many hours can I do this? What day should I start? What time should I post? Should I delete everybody? Should I start as a this? Should I remove everything from my main grid? Should I start a new account completely? Should I launch the business at all this year? Maybe I should plan for next year. They are ruminating. Wow, that was a lot, sorry. And if they're being honest with themselves, they're focused on a lot of things that would happen after they start the thing, which they have not yet started. And there's a difference between preparing and actually hiding in preparation, which is what I used to do a lot of. Research is real. It's all a very necessary part of life and a part of doing something new. But there comes a point when you reach a time that there's genuinely no more research you can do. There's a line that you cross where the research is just gonna, I don't know, put you into a paralysis where you almost have too much information and now you don't know what to do with it. And when you get to that point, the next step is obviously not more information. It's to start moving. It's doing whatever you can with whatever knowledge you have and knowing that you're going to iterate and make improvements along the way and allowing yourself the grace to make the mistakes to learn from so that you can make improvements along the way. I think a lot of people are looking for clarity first. That's why we do the research. That's why we hide in the preparation. We are trying to make sure we have all of the information so that the path can be clear. But what we end up learning is that there are a million ways to do the one thing that it is that you want to do in your life. So clarity does not come from knowing more. It comes from action. Truer words have never been spoken. As I'm living it out myself, every time I find myself confused, every time I find myself lost, it's usually because I am not doing the thing. I am trying to find out how to do the thing. I'm trying to understand all of the next steps I could take versus should take versus want to take. It's always coming from here and not the actual act of me moving my body and starting to do the thing. That's always what it's come down to. When I'm unclear, it's because I'm not moving. And the second I start moving, things start becoming clear. Because the simple truth is you cannot think your way to a new version of you. You have to move there. This is you now. This is that version of you that you're trying to be. The only way to get there is to move your body. You can't think your way there. You have to move. You got to get up. You got to move your body. Stand up, girl. The energy that's coming right now in May, the space that we're leaving and stepping into, the full moon being just behind us and being able to let go of everything is the perfect energy you need. It's one of the best times for you to decide that the consuming is over and you are about to start doing. You're about to get up. Which brings me to the thing I want to tell you about. I have been doing a lot of thinking. I've also been doing a lot of moving, and because of that moving, I have gained the clarity. So if you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm Keeks. I am the creator of the Best Fucking Year series, and that series is all about bringing your vision into real life through intentional action. It is a series that's near and dear to my heart, and it's something I started, I don't know, maybe 10 weeks ago now. I think we're on like week 10 of the series. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I had to pause because I'm like, damn, it's one of my newest creations. And it was something that kind of came as a download where I was like, Biffy, Best Fucking Year. That's what we're going to do. I had originally started it on Instagram. It was a flop. And I realized I need to come here so I can yap, because this information and this kind of content is for the girlies who are down to sit down for that 20-minute video, are down to play this in the background while they wash the dishes and do whatnot. The Biffy series has been a hit. It's been great. I've gotten so much feedback from you guys. I've got a free newsletter with which I'm giving you guys one free tool per week. And that's been amazing to hear from you guys and know just how helpful the tools have been. Also, I'm not going to gas my, no, I am going to gas my shit. The tools are fucking great. The tools I've shown my friends, they're like, bro, you're giving this for free. And I'm like, yes, because I want the girlies to step their pussy up. Sorry, I'm whispering it, but that's what I want. I want them to have all the tools, and having lived through these experiences and knowing the kind of person I am, which is a very process and oriented person, someone who loves productivity, someone who loves systems, someone who loves self-improvement, which you might be able to tell by some of the books that I have on display. I wanted to make something that was digestible, that was still hard work, because I mean, there is no way to make it not hard work. It is hard work, but that was something that they could do every week and watch and see their progress. And hopefully when they get to the end of the series, which it's a year-long series. So if you're here now, subscribe, join, get up in there. But yeah, it's something that's going to help everybody to actually realize their goal, to put the intentional action behind just the dreams that they have, so that their goals are not something that just live on a wall, but they're something they're actually working towards, something that they're actually realizing. And it's just been a blessing to be a part of. It's through that movement that I gained clarity. I had decided to start a paid community, and I had two people join, Leovi and Janice, and we had met. And I also got feedback from the over 1,000 subscribers to my Best Fucking Year newsletter that the community space isn't so much what they need because they've already got all of these free tools, but instead they want something a bit more personal, a bit more intense, if you will. All of the work that's given to you guys through the free newsletter will always remain free, and it is very self-led. So it's going to be you doing it with yourself, or hopefully, you have a couple of friends that you invite into the newsletter so you guys can do it together. But I really wanted to create a community and allow myself to connect with more people. Anywho, I know I'm rambling, but long story short is after hearing the feedback, I closed the community because that was not what people needed. And instead, I've launched Best Fucking Year in Motion. What this is a 6-week live sprint for the people who are done consuming, for the people who are done, just kind of sitting on their goals and having those goals take up so much mental real estate, because even though we try to avoid it, even though we try to ignore it, it always comes back. It always is front of mind. It's always there pestering us, being like, why aren't you going after me? I'm not going away. And we're like, yes, you will. I'm just going to continue my 9 to 5. You're going to go away. It doesn't go away. So this sprint is for the people who are like, it's not going away, but I don't want it to. I want to actually put some action towards this goal, and I want to stop waiting. I'm ready to move. Now, this isn't a passive community. It is a small room. It's 6 people. I'm capping the program at 6 people. And the whole point of this program is for you to show up with your biggest goal, and we work on it together. Together, we move. Best fucking year in motion. You get it. And I wanted to keep it small because I want to know you. I want to know your obstacles. I want to laugh with you guys. I want to have a lot of time to actually sit with each of you and understand what your goals are, have each other meet each other and build that community so we can support each other. And I feel like 6 is a perfect number for me to be able to teach a group, but also to still keep things personal so that I can really be in touch and really get up in the weeds with you guys. I'm trying to be in your biz, like. Okay, so let me actually walk you through what this looks like so you know exactly what you're signing up for. I packed so much stuff into it, and I'm really excited to just give this my all over the next 6 weeks. Every single week, you guys are gonna get a 60-minute live session with me. That is gonna be real teaching, frameworks, hot seats, honest conversation built around that week's theme. You're also gonna get a 2-hour co-working session every week. So that's where you're gonna show up, we work, we body double. I don't know if you guys know about that term, but I think the best way to explain it is like, you're more likely to get something done when you know somebody's watching. It's amazing. Once you do it, you won't look back. I'm also gonna have a private Instagram group chat where we can all just connect, yap, chat with each other, keep each other accountable. That's where I'll follow up with you guys. That's where I'll share updates and wins. That's where you guys should also share your updates and wins and what you're up to. Every other week, I'm also gonna do a 45-minute drop-in call. So this is just questions and answers, open forum, where you can come in and literally ask me anything. We can talk about whatever it is that's on your mind. We can yap, we can share laughs, we can, just use it as community time. It's open to you. It's 45 minutes, it's bi-weekly, and we can get more answers. I can share my screen if there's something that I can teach you guys that maybe isn't in the curriculum. By the time we're done, you will have logged over 20 hours of live time together. And at the price that I've set this program for, basically every time we hang, you're having a matcha latte with oat milk and sweet cream cold foam on top. So skip the matcha, make the matcha at home, and come and hang out with your girl. Week 1 is about clarity. So we will lock in your goal. We will find out what is your one thing that you want to achieve in the 6 weeks. Week 2 is about building the container. Week 3 is the first move. So this is where we stop preparing and we start doing. Oh my God, I'm getting nervous thinking about it. If you are getting nervous thinking about it, I think you definitely need to be in it, because you're only nervous if you know there is something you want to do, because the thought of only 3 weeks from now you doing it, if that doesn't make you nervous. Yeah, I expect to be going through the fields with y'all that week. That one's gonna be tough, but we're gonna fucking do it. You better fucking believe. Week 4 is the messy middle. It's where we're gonna ride it out and keep it pushing. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep iterating, and we're gonna talk about how to do that and how to have those reflections and recenter yourself when you're feeling messy. Week 5 is your final push. This is the hot seat session where we will name and remove the last obstacle. And then week 6 will be about integration. So we're gonna look at what you actually accomplished, what shifted in you, where you started, aka your baseline. So everyone who joins, there's a little survey that you're gonna do where we establish your baseline versus where you are now. We're gonna do a reset ritual. We're gonna set your next 6-week goal, and we're gonna celebrate the version of you that showed up and did the work, because she deserves it. We start on May 8th, spots will close on May 5th, and the investment is $197. And this is the founding rate, meaning it will never be this price again. I've done this my whole life, but I've always been the kind of like ADHD autistic, I can just babble on about the things that I'm passionate about, except it's usually to people who are like, Hannah, please stop talking. Please, I'm begging you. And I'm like, no, I want to tell you about all these interesting things. Don't you love organization? Don't you love systems and productivity and self-improvement? Now to actually do it in a space with people who want to hear this, who want to learn, I get to use all of the talents that I have and put it together in a program. Oh my God, this is my baby. But yeah, it's my first time. So I wanted to make sure I had a founding rate for the OGs, the people who are here from day one. Now, I know this is an investment, so I want to tell you why I'm the perfect person for you to go through this 6-week program with, because not too long ago, your girl was stuck, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about who I am. Real quick, hi, I'm Keeks. I'm so glad you found this video. I hope you hit the subscribe button right now and stick around for a while. I don't know what accent that was, sorry, but we're gonna keep it. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get so vulnerable right now, so buckle up. We'll start December 2024. I was not okay. My hair was falling out. I was in a relationship where I was absolutely giving all of me, like as much, just all of me and then some. I don't even know where I was getting it from. My cup was so empty. I was giving everything I could to someone who was, in my opinion, not giving even an ounce of that back. To be fair, he did admit later on that he treated me like shit and he apologized. So I feel a little bit more confident about saying that, a little bit less gaslit for saying that. But yeah, he wasn't giving it back. I'm sorry. I was working multiple jobs. I was grinding. Okay, like hustling. I was hustling, getting up at 4 a.m., going to bed 8:30, 9 p.m., working, very much in survival mode. And I was completely avoiding some serious things that were going on with my mental health. I knew I had OCD. I've had OCD pretty much my whole life. But anyways, my OCD at the time had manifested into dermatillomania, which is just a long way of saying skin picking, but it wasn't my fingers that I was picking. I was actually picking my feet. The bottom of my feet, on a nightly routine and a nightly basis, I would peel off like the first 2 layers of skin. Yeah. And I would just scratch and then rip and rip and rip. And it was actually very, very painful. In hindsight, I realized it was a coping mechanism, obviously. And I used to do it whenever I was like thinking about things, which I was thinking about things a lot because I was stressed out. And my nightly routine consisted of maybe like an hour and a half of peeling all the skin off my foot and then doing a very good cleaning job because your girl had the OCD and I wanted to make sure I could peel it tomorrow, which means no infections, which means rubbing alcohol, a whole lot of polysporin and a whole lot of Vaseline and some socks. And that just allowed me to continue for, I think I had been doing it for years at that point. Can't remember when it started, but definitely knew it was getting really bad. Like I didn't miss a day. I never missed a day. I could barely walk some days. My feet really, really hurt. Anyways, I was at this point in my life where the coping, which was me peeling all the skin off my feet every night, was, I don't know, allowing me to stay in the life that I was in. I had a lot of anxiety, came from the fact that I would just be consistently thinking about where my life was at, how unhappy I was in my relationship and how I could fix that. I wasn't unhappy and being like, how do I leave? I was like, how do we fix this? And it took up a lot of my fucking mental real estate. You know, it takes 2 to be in a relationship. You can do as much as you want, but if the other person is not going to meet you where you are, if the other person does not see you, the other person does not hear your needs and want to meet them and take care of you the same way that you're trying to take care of them, it's not going to work. And there is absolutely nothing you can do to make that work, which OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, is a lot about trying to control the things that are within my control. And it gets exacerbated when I'm feeling out of control. So I was in a relationship where I basically signed on, like, you know, I fell in love with this person and I wanted to be the wife and I wanted to be the mom and I wanted to have the house and I wanted to live his dream with him. I was ready to do that. But I was also feeling like completely unheard and completely dismissed. And that was scary for me. That felt like out of control. Being with someone who said they wanted all of these things, but also couldn't sit down to have a conversation with me about adult things that needed to happen in order for us to achieve that life was very scary for me because it was like, we'll be okay, we'll be fine, trust me. But it was like, how do I trust you? I have no clue where you're taking us. You're leading us potentially off of a cliff is what it felt like. And I was just allowing myself to sit in the passenger seat to that fucking ride because I was in love. Great. And I just saw myself going from being like this valued person to turning into a roommate / mom to my boyfriend. I remember I was really working hard towards what my goals were at the time, but also kind of letting them blur away because they just weren't top of mind. I was not thinking about them first. I was thinking about how to make this relationship work because I didn't want to be a roommate. I didn't want to be his mom. And I felt like that was what I was becoming. And I could feel myself becoming more and more controlling because I wanted to fix things so bad with someone who just was like completely checked out of the relationship. But yeah, I was living on autopilot through most of my 20s. I met this guy when I had just turned 22, and we broke up just before I turned 28. So all of my 20s was spent, all of my 20s was spent pretty much being in fight or flight. I did learn so much. So if he is watching this, don't worry, no hard feelings. Love you. I have love for you. I learned a lot. I was living on autopilot through most of my 20s, and I hadn't even clocked it until that misalignment just got so loud that I could not ignore it. And I'm thankful that underneath all of that like neglect and self-abandonment and burnout, there was this little voice that was like, bitch, stand up. Stand the fuck up. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Oh my God. I could hear it clearly. Coming to the end of our relationship, I could hear it so clearly. And even when I did hear it, I was like, let me just try a couple more things to see if he's gonna change. Would try the things. He made it very clear he did not want to change. He stayed in this victim space. He stayed being extremely defensive. And so that voice got louder, and eventually it got loud enough that I knew I deserved more. That was it. I didn't know what my life was going to look like, but I knew that I deserved to not be in this situation and to have more for myself. I've never even been someone who's been obsessed with having a partner, but this was the first time I felt like I was really in love. So I was like, no, like this is what it is. You just give your life up and you be with someone. But yeah, I was like, no, what if we gave me a shot? What if we gave me a try? Like, what if I took every single ounce of the anxiety I had, of the effort and the energy that I was putting into this relationship with this man who was so immature, emotionally, was so not what he sold himself to be, and not as a diss to him, but he just was not in a place in his life where he was ready to be in a relationship, and yet he still was. If I did all of those things, if I stopped pouring into this person who did not know how to love me properly, if I stopped giving all of my energy towards my anxiety and peeling the skin off my feet every single night for hours and worrying about all of the things that I couldn't control, and I just poured it into me, who would I become? And yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. The next morning, had the tough conversation. I was so fucking scared. I was shaking because I just didn't know what like my life was going to be like. February 1st, my ex moved out, and February 2nd, I started finding out. I started working to answer that question, who would I become? It looked like getting real help with my mental health for the first time, which growing up in a Jamaican household, if you know, you fucking know. What's anxiety? To this day, like, I love my dad. I tell him, yeah, I've got these things. He's like, no, you don't. Like, it just was unheard of. It was unheard of to get help for your mental health, but also to start taking medications that would help with your mental health. It's just not really a thing. So that was a whole journey in itself. It looked like me getting my diagnosis. So that's when I finally, at like 27 or 28 years old, got the diagnosis that I've got extremely severe anxiety, severe depression, and OCD. I lost more hair. I'm still on like a hair regrowth journey, but what I learned is that when your body goes through a stressful event, even when you come out on the other side, once your body stops being in fight or flight, it's normal to like lose even more hair. So your girl is trying to get her edges back. Oh my gosh, yeah. And it's like the whole point is don't stress, but it's like, bitch, I can see my scalp. I'm stressed a little bit. I'm actually right now being assessed for bipolar 2. So yeah, almost a year and a half into my journey with getting the diagnosis, I'm still learning and figuring out what maybe the correct diagnosis is or what the root cause is regarding my mental health. All that to say, I'm still very much working on protecting my mental health, and I've been doing so much better since. It also looked like a lot of months of just resting, taking things slow, being extremely gentle with myself, being extremely kind with myself. And yeah, just started learning a lot about wellness and a lot about resting my body and a lot about burnout. But there are also other months of getting up and getting really honest about what I actually want without thinking about anybody else for the first time, just thinking about myself, making me, this Leo, the main character of my show. And that was amazing. I traveled, I met people, I built community, and it's through that community that I got clear on what I wanted to do. So fast forward to November 2025, I said, fuck it. I had just got back from Thailand. I said, I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to start showing up. I don't know exactly what it is that I want to do, but I want to share my journey. Like, if nothing else, I want to share what it's like to be going through a breakup and be at the end of your 20s and be feeling lost and feeling like you're starting over for the first time. Like, learning all these things about myself, getting these diagnoses in my late 20s, breaking up with someone who I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, what that's like, because I knew people could relate to it and I knew that I was going to get through it. And so I wanted to show people how I got through it and hopefully build a community while doing so. I got hella clear on my YouTube and launched the Best Fucking Year series. My Instagram is a bit more of a hot mess. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to show up on there, but I did start posting, and my account went from having 250 followers to literally 30,000 followers in the span of 6 weeks. I've also gone from like 1,200 YouTube subscribers to almost 4,000 subscribers at time of recording this, which is so cool. I got my first AdSense letter by Google in the mail, which means that because your girl has monetized this channel now, I can actually start making income from the ads that YouTube plays all over the channels. I've traveled solo like twice. I am starting to learn a second language. I just did my second week of Italian language classes, which is like a goal that I've been wanting to do and never started pretty much my whole life. I've been wanting to learn a second language. My mother is Italian. She speaks Italian. We never learned the language, long story short. And I always complained about it, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's time to start learning. So your girl is in Italian language classes at 28 years old. And every single day I get to connect with the most amazing, kind community simply because I am showing up as myself, being honest, being transparent about this journey, and doing exactly what feels the most aligned for me to do. I also have a background in project management. That's what I am doing for full-time work currently as I film this. And my best fucking year goal is to quit my 9-to-5 and become a full-time personal brand, paid brand content creator. I think contentpreneur is the word, and do so through sharing my love for self-improvement and productivity, and to bring all of that and all of this experience into everything that I have. Now, I want to be so clear, I am not a guru. I definitely don't have it all figured out. I'm figuring things out in real time with you, but I'm also someone who is not new to this. I've also been someone who has decided to make the decision to stop waiting and start moving. And I've been doing so since December of 2024. Technically, we've all been doing so for longer than that. But in terms of this huge catalyst, which has informed the series that I'm creating, the Best Fucking Year in Motion 6-week program that I'm offering today, yeah, I've been doing it because I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck, and I know exactly what I did to get unstuck, and hindsight is 2020. So I get to look back at all of my experiences, the community that I leaned on, and put that all into a program that's going to help you guys get the systems, obviously in a lot less time than I did. So that you can actually make your goals real, so that you can heal, so that you can move on, so that you can move. That's it. It's all about moving towards your goals, to stop sitting, to stop overthinking, and to actually start moving. Now, is 6 weeks enough to go from 0 to having everything you've ever wanted in your life? No, that's not what I'm selling here. I want to make sure that's clear. This in motion sprint that I'm leading is about getting the clarity. It's about getting yourself actually moving in the right direction with intentional actions, because you have sat down and understood what it is that you actually want, not what anybody else wants, what you want, okay? And it's about actually moving the needle on making this your best fucking year. You can watch as many of the videos as I've put out. There's like 9 or 10 videos out right now on how to make this your best fucking year. But if you haven't started, this is what that's about. If you haven't started moving, if you want to take it to the next level and you want to be around the community, you want to accelerate that growth, you want to accelerate that movement, and you want to do it with me and 6 other people, then this is the place for you, right? And if you've been waiting for a sign to get up and move with a community to find that, then I don't know, between Scorpio full moon or between the fact that you're watching this and it's before May 5th, this is your sign, baby. Yeah, this is your sign. Yeah, I don't know what more the universe could give you, baby. I don't know what more you want from the universe, baby. I'll shake it. This is your sign. This is your sign. Joe, come back. Sorry, was that too much? Sorry about that. It's time to see who you are and who shows up on that stage once you've finally removed all the obstacles that you put in your own way. Harsh. Sorry. The link is in the description. Spots closed, like I said, May 5th. 2 spots are already taken. 4 spots are left. Let's fucking go. Anyways, that's it for today. I wanted to just take the time and obviously share this and use it as an opportunity to tell a little bit about my story so that you guys can get to know me. There's so much more to share, but we'll talk about it. I'll see you in the sprint. We'll talk about it. I'll share my tea, you share your tea. I can't wait to meet you guys, and I can't wait to connect with you guys further. If you're in my Best Fucking Year newsletter, love you. I've loved hearing from all of you guys and hearing all of your positive feedback. If you're really, really new here, go ahead, check the link in the description, sign up for the Best Fucking Year newsletter and start getting the worksheets that it's going to help you to make this your best fucking year. And if you're ready to take it to the next level, come and join the sprint, baby. Let's get in motion. Yeah. All right, that's it. I love you guys. Love you to the moon. I'll see you next week. Episode 10 of the Best Fucking Year series will be out next week. I hope it's sunny because I really want to film it outside. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Love you. Bye. Good. Also, do you like this angle? I think I want to hear outside.